Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rachel Clark. I've been Michelle's campaign manager for the last 4 months. I want you to know that we put in over 10,000 volunteer hours on this campaign, which is a significant amount. And you all worked very, very hard for Michele. I want you to just reflect on what we did. We brought 5 ministers here, including the Prime Minister. That's never happened before in the history of riding. So we will change this riding to red. We're just not going to do it today. But we have every reason to be proud, every reason to celebrate tonight. We have a wonderful, wonderful candidate who I was very proud to work for. So without further ado, please welcome to the stage Michele Fisher.
All right, can y'all hear me? Yes! We ran one hell of a campaign. I am so proud of the work that we did together. When we started this, the website 338canada.com had given us a 0.04% chance of winning. And when I take a look at the results that we had tonight, that's a result of all of our hard work and belief and commitment over the last 4 months. We have come so far in such a short period of time. And I would like you all to give yourselves a hand. During this campaign, we won the support of people across the political spectrum. We have people in our campaign who are traditionally Green, people who are traditionally NDP. We even have people who are conservatives who came out to support us. Over the last 2 weeks, I have had the most incredible numbers of texts, emails, messages, personal conversations with people who said that they've never voted Liberal before, but they voted Liberal this time. And that is a credit to all of us. As Rachel mentioned, we had an unprecedented amount of support from the Liberal Party. And it was just really quite a ride to have the Prime Minister here, the first time a sitting Prime Minister has come to Bolton, to have the Finance Minister, the Innovation Minister, the Immigration Minister, and then most recently, the Minister of Indigenous Relations. And that is a credit to us. I really do think that for the first time in a very long time, Dufferin-Caledon was on the map for the Liberal Party of Canada, and that over the long term is going to hold us in good stead. A great campaign does not happen on its own. I have so many people who I need to thank that I feel like I could keep us here until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. But I won't. But everybody will be thanked in due time. I want to do a special thank you to Rachel Clark for coming on. Full-time and more into this campaign at the same time as she had a full-time busy job in downtown Toronto. I have no idea how she did it, but I know that close on the heels of thanking Rachel, I need to thank her partner, Carol Ann. Because I imagine Carol Ann must be trying to remember what Rachel looks like at this point in time. Linda Key. Linda, I call her the Grand Dame of the Liberal Riding Association here in Dufferin-Caledon because she certainly is that. Linda, you are a linchpin that holds every campaign together in this riding, and I think you've had that role for a number of decades at this point. I know how much you really wanted to have a win this time. You and Winston, you both talked to me about that, and I really wish that I could have driven that home for you. Yeah. Jeff Bathurst, our official agent. Jeff is So, as you may suspect, service clubs in Dufferin-Caledon tend to be a fairly conservative lot. And I'm part of the Rotary Club of Orangeville Highlands. So when I announced to them all, hey, I'm going to throw in my hat for the nomination of the Liberal Party, there was largely crickets around the room, except for Jeff, who said, "Count me in." We counted Jeff in and counted him in again. And Jeff, I hope it's been a good experience for you.
Absolutely.
Michael Proudlock. Michael, stand up. Yeah, Michael is our communications director. Like Jeff, Michael has been with me from the very beginning of this campaign. And Michael, you're a consummate professional. You rise to every occasion. You're such a gentleman, and it has been such a pleasure getting to know you and working with you. Beverly Dawson, where are you? Despite her timid appearance, Beverly is a machine! Bev, you also have held this campaign together as our data manager and also somebody who has so much historic information and so much commitment to the campaign. I have so much respect for you. You are just wonderful. I don't know what we would have done without you. All of us struggling with Liberalist and Bev, give it to me! I'm a Liberalist. Jim Hodder. Jim? Hey! Jim was Jeff's counterpart on the DCFLA. Jim was the treasurer. He also canvassed, put in signs, made phone calls, and helped do fundraising. Jim, you were a person who wore many, many, many hats. Don't think it go unnoticed. I notice you're not wearing a red hat tonight. But we know that you're red underneath that hat. Thank you, Jim. Is Sue Kershaw in the house? There she is. Yay, our volunteer coordinator. There was a time on the campaign when Sue and I were the only two females around the table. That certainly changed going into the final lap. Sue, you've just been wonderful to work with. I really love working with you. We've both grown together on this campaign, and Sue actually interviewed me before she committed because she wanted to make sure she believed in me enough as a candidate that she would come on board and dedicate herself the way that she has. Dimitro Basmat. Dimitro, as you know, ran for school board trustee in the municipal election, and I had it on very good authority that he could canvass like a son of a gun. And I was told that we could get Dimitro onto the campaign, that we really had something. And he came onto our campaign, and we really did have something. Dimitro, thank you so much for your commitment. Is Bob Gordonier here?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Well, he'll get a personal thank you then. But Bob, like Ed Cruson, they were both very very good supports to me. They've been up here, they've been in my shoes, they knew what it was like. They talked to me early and they talked to me often. They helped canvass, they helped in so many ways on the campaign, and I really owe them a big debt. Tracy Long, Tracy and Mark, are they here?
No, they went home.
Okay, all right. Sorry it was so late. We were waiting for results to come in, and still at the time when I came in, only half the polls had reported, but we were waiting for some major polls to come in before we knew for sure. We didn't want to give it up just yet. But Tracy and Mark came on to organize our sign crew, and they did a great job. Andy Pride.
Yep, they were here. No.
No, they're gone? Okay, all right. Andy was amazing with strategy. Ken Howlett?
Not here.
Okay. Ken came on as our fundraiser, and Ken also has been from the beginning of my nomination campaign with me. Shanice Scott, for a while, was our Get Out the Vote chair, and she had unfortunately got pulled off onto another campaign, but respect to Shanice for all the work that she did. And to Susan Radoshevic and Sarah Clark for doing our stakeholder engagement and our digital media and our social media. As Rachel and I can attest, one of the hardest things really was navigating social media at the beginning, because there were so many trolls coming on that it was like whack-a-mole from the time they woke up in the morning until the time they went to bed at night. And then Susan and Sarah came in with an engagement strategy and helped manage all of that. So we're so grateful to the two of you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Easy when you have a great candidate.
It is true.
Winston. Is Winston here? Winston and David? Okay. Yeah. Winston did so many things on this campaign, I'm not even sure I could name them all. He was so committed from the very beginning, as he is to everything. When he talked to me about what all he's involved in this town, I wondered when he had time to live. And his wife Linda too has been so supportive. Greg Finlayson. Yeah. So I happened by a church supper one night at St. John's Church, and Greg approached me and said, listen, if you need somebody to be your videographer, somebody to do audio, I would be very happy to do that. Thank you, Greg. You've done an excellent job. Hardin Mangat has also been so supportive. I have a feeling that he's probably in Brampton tonight. Master G. Rupinder Upal, the same. Johnny Sodhi, is Johnny here tonight? No? Okay. And Robin Singh, I want to do a call out to them. And also to Joe McReynolds and Sheila Crandall. Thank you guys so much. And Mohammed, I think you're here in the crowd, yes. So together the three of them canvassed every single house in Caledon East, which is amazing. Now, I know that I'm missing some of the people in the room, but I'm not missing you in my heart, and I'm not missing you in my brain. It's just that I know that we have so many people here, and I thank all of you. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to call out some tasks that volunteers did. And if you did that, I want you to put up your hand. So anybody who went out and knocked on doors, put up your hand.
Hey.
Okay, keep your hand in the air. Anybody who worked in the office, put up your hand. And if you both worked in the office and knocked on doors, put up 2 hands. Okay.
Spent my beer.
Events. Denise? Judy? Anybody who worked on events? No, everybody keep your hands in the air. Hello. Okay. Anybody who worked on events? And what I'd like you to do now is people who have their hands in the air, just put up 1 finger. Okay, so if you've worked on more than 2 things, you get to put up 3 fingers in total. All right? Meet and greets. Some more. Keep your hands in the air. I know you're getting tired. Phones. People who did phone work. Increase your fingers with everything that you've done. Fundraising. Sign crew. If you donated some money to the campaign, another finger. I'm seeing some people with 8 fingers up in the air right now. If you are a ukulele, finger in the air. If you were part of Trevor Rody's band, finger in the air. If you work at the Trattoria Semplice, hands in the air. If you contributed behind the scenes, under the radar, talked to your friends and family, argued with people, paid out the donations, all hands in the air. Now I want you to take your hands down and give yourselves a huge round of applause. Running in this election as your candidate is one of the great privileges of my life so far. It really is. Getting to know you has been a joy and an honor. We are not in the same place where we started out, and that is so important to remember. I mean, think back over the last 4 months and how much we've learned and how many new people we've attracted. People like GP, people like Sean, people like Dimitro, people like Lance. We have attracted new people to the Liberal Party and to working with us. And these people are going to stay, I hope, because we have plans. We're stronger now than we were 4 months ago. We've attracted new and young people to the party, and we've generated a lot of momentum. I felt it when I was out this weekend. So there were different stages of the campaign, of course, but I can tell you it was pretty aloof and cool at the beginning when I would go door to door, or when I'd go to an event. And then mid-campaign, I started getting from conservatives, well, you're a nice lady, but I would never vote Liberal. And then over the last couple of weeks, there was another shift yet again to people saying, I've never voted Liberal, but I'm voting for you. Or, I don't think I can vote Liberal, but if you ran for Prime Minister, I'd vote for you. I walked down the main street of Orangeville with Mike during the harvest celebration, and we got a genuinely enthusiastic reception from almost everybody who said, oh hey, hi, I've heard of you, or I've read about you, or boy, it's really nice to meet you. And that's something that we can build on. We have built something here that we can move forward with. We have to continue to fight for what we believe in. We can't stop that fight. I mean, Kyle has gotten in, and to Kyle's credit, in the debates, and we have him on record, where he said he's going to stand up for what we want in this constituency, and not necessarily what his leader wants. He wants, as an MP, to have more power and not be beholden to his leader's office. So I think we really need to talk to Kyle and advocate for things like fighting for climate change. The climate action that the Conservatives put out there has to be so much stronger. And I think that we can get Kyle to be on side and be our advocate for that. There are other issues as well. I think he's going to have an open door and an open ear. So let's work with him to try and get the changes made that we want. And also, let's stay tight as a federal Liberal riding association. Let's stay tight and support one another. Let's get out there and keep the momentum up for the Liberal cause. It is still the same as it was in 2015 in that we have more progressive voters than we do conservative voters. The problem is that the progressive vote is split 3 ways, and the conservative vote, this time maybe the PPC had a small split, but it's negligible. So that's the one thing that we're battling against. We have to unite the progressive voices in this town. And once we do that, we will be able to have a progressive MP go to Ottawa. And I think that's going to be part of our work over the next 4 years. We have 4 more years to build things up. Well, I guess if it's a minority government, who knows what's going to happen? Maybe we'll be back to the polls sooner than that.
Next week. Oh my God.
Oh, God. I've got to tell you, we should start knocking on doors in the new year. We need to go out and identify new liberals, because what I've found, what I've discovered is that liberals are out there, but a lot of times they don't feel like they can speak up or they should speak up. And so they just stay in their houses and maybe they don't go out to vote or they don't participate. Let's find all those liberals. Let's get them out participating. Let's join the progressive voices together, because we really need that in this riding, and I think we need more of it in our country as well. Most of all, I know the result tonight was disappointing for all of us, but never lose heart. Change is coming to our riding. That's inevitable. The only thing is when. I think it can be the very next time if we all band together and work really hard, identify more liberals, attract more progressive people to our riding association. I think we can do it next time. I think we can push this, excuse the phrase, past the post. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be your candidate. I have so many memories. I'm just going to treasure them always. And it has been, like I said earlier, a great privilege of my life to stand up here for you and with you, fighting for all the things that we truly care about. So I am going to continue to do that with you into the future.